Hey, hunting family, you are tuning into the Tracks and Tackle podcast, brought to you by Mentor Outdoors.
All right. Hey there, hunting family. Welcome back to another episode of Tracks and Tackle, where we deep dive into the heart of the great outdoors. I am the Arrow Eagle, and today we're going to be celebrating something incredibly special. We're going to be talking about our dads. We're going to do a Father's Day episode. It's just right around the corner. We might even release this on Father's Day, because who doesn't want to listen to Tracks and Tackle on the weekends, right? We wanted to take a couple minutes to just honor this time and the men who have shaped us, taught us, and guided us through the trails, rivers, and lakes of life. Hey there, hunting family. It's time to give a shout out to a company that's been keeping our communities moving since 1995. I'm talking about Interstate Garage Doors. For nearly 3 decades, Interstate Garage Doors has been the go-to choice for comprehensive garage door services in South Central PA, as well as the surrounding Hagerstown, Maryland, and Martinsburg, West Virginia areas. And get this, they're not just any company. They're veteran-owned and family-operated, with a proud history of serving both residential and commercial clients. Their professional technicians are the real deal, offering top-notch installations from industry-leading manufacturers and expert repairs for all garage door makes and models. From residential garage doors to overhead doors and openers, Interstate Garage Doors does it all. So whether you're a hardworking contractor building homes or a homeowner looking for service or just needing an upgrade, you can trust Interstate Garage Doors to get the job done right. And hey, they're not just experts in garage doors, they're also experts in giving back to the community, sponsoring podcasts like Tracks and Tackle. Are you ready to experience the Interstate difference for yourself? If so, here's a little something extra for our loyal podcast listeners. Use promo code Tracks and Tackle when you contact Interstate so they know you heard about them here. Just visit igdoors.com today to get an estimate or request service, or give them a call at 717-263-3150. Don't wait. Take the first step towards a smoother, more secure garage today. When we think about hunting and fishing, it's easy to get caught up in the thrill of the chase or the serenity of water. But behind every successful hunting trip, each memorable fishing expedition, there's often a father who taught us everything that we know. And today, we're going to be dedicating this episode to these incredible men, our fathers, mentors, and role models. From the first time we held a rod or rifle to the countless hours spent in silence waiting for that perfect moment, our dads have been there guiding us with patience and wisdom. The importance of mentorship in these activities cannot be overstated. It's through their guidance that we've learned not just the technical skills, but the values of respect, patience, and perseverance. As a father's role as a mentor goes beyond just showing us the ropes, they instill in us a deep appreciation for the natural world, teaching us to respect the land and the waters that provide for us. This mentorship helps us understand the delicate balance of ecosystems and the importance of conservation, ensuring that we too can pass these lessons on to future generations. Having a positive role model is crucial in shaping our character. Our fathers, whether by blood or by bond, demonstrate what it means to be dedicated, hardworking, and caring. Through their actions, they show us the importance of integrity, honesty, and responsibility. These qualities are not only vital in the great outdoors, but in all aspects of life. Just think about those early morning wake-up calls. When the world's still cloaked in darkness and the promise of a new day awaits, our dads are there with a thermos of coffee and a reassuring smile, ready to embark on another adventure. They teach us that success doesn't come easy. It requires sacrifice and dedication. It's these early mornings and long days that forge our resilience and determination. The sacrifices our fathers make often go unnoticed. They give up their time, energy, and sometimes even their own pursuits to ensure we have the best experiences possible. They invest in us, providing us not just the gear and knowledge, but their unwavering support and love. These contributions shape our journeys, making every moment spent in nature a testament to their commitment. Remember those times when things don't go as planned, when the fish weren't biting, or when you missed that perfect shot. Our dads were often there to encourage us and remind us that failure is just another step towards success. They teach us resilience, showing us how to learn from our mistakes and keep moving forward. So as we reflect on these experiences, it's clear that our father's influence extends far beyond the act of hunting and fishing. They shape our character, our values, and our outlook on life. And today, we honor their legacy and the countless lessons they've imparted. So in a moment, my co-host, the Hollywood Horse, and I are going to share some of our favorite memories with our dads, moments that have defined our journeys as outdoorsmen. But before we do, I want to leave you with this thought. Take a moment this Father's Day to thank your dad or father figure in your life for the role they've played in your life. Whether you're out in the field or out on the water, or simply sitting around the campfire, let them know how much their guidance and support mean to you. Now we're going to dive into some stories. I know that often we don't go back and say thanks to our dads, and Father's Day is one day a year. But I just want to sort of set the table for this episode. It's always good to get together and shoot the breeze and talk, but I felt that it was apt because of what our show's about. Hunting, fishing, outdoors, adventures, that mentor role, we talk about it a lot, and passing our knowledge down to the next generation, to the next guy. It means so much. How you doing today, Brady, man? What do you got to say about this topic? And I'm going to turn the mic over to you and give you the floor.
Doing pretty good, man. It's hot out, so it's kind of nice to be sitting in the basement and find time to record with you here, buddy. But I think it's great for us as a community here to take a step back and reflect on some memories that we made. Our dads, they make a lot of commitments towards us. They take time out of what they got going on, and they really try to mentor us and guide and direct us through life. So I think through our common passion of the outdoors, fishing, hunting, whatever it may be, that they're able to kind of embark on that journey with us and really pull us along and show us the way and what they've learned from their past and to teach us along the way, whether it's an intentional lesson or kind of like you brought up with success and failure. Sometimes you learn best from your mistakes, and it's always nice when dad's there to guide you and give you reassurance that everything's going to be all right.
Yeah, we always talk about having a mentor and being a mentor, right? Because there's always somebody out there that can learn from you, and there's always somebody out there that can teach you. And I'm a firm believer that in life, you're always in the classroom. Nature is our playground, but nature's also our classroom. And you can learn from the good, the bad. Every instance in life can be a teaching moment if you're willing to be a good student. So, dads or even a mentor role, so important, especially for folks like us that love to get outside, love to be outdoors. Part of the reason we started the show is because we know there's so many people that are friends and acquaintances that they're not outdoorsmen, and we're just normal guys. We grew up doing this sort of thing, but there are people out there that want to learn. They just never had anybody to teach them. So today's a salute to fathers, and I can definitely hat tip them. I really was trying to sit in planning for this episode, thinking about some of the memories that I have with my dad, and the ones that really hold true. Like, they're not even all hunting and fishing. Frankly, I remember when my dad gave me my first baseball mitt. That was a moment. I remember, like, he taught me how to drive a nail and how to read a tape measure and things like that. So, I don't know, sort of putting you on the spot, but you got any fond memories? Maybe a story you want to share about your dad teaching you?
I think, yeah, there's plenty stories, and just sitting here and reflecting. Yeah, there's plenty similar to yours. Just being goofy. There's growing up, we had a paddle, and on one side was my brother's name, on the other side, and Crayola was my name. But Dad was holding it one day, I think joking around. I had a piece of ham, and I didn't think he'd hit it, but I threw it up him, and he hit it. And I'm pretty sure it's still behind the refrigerator today. But I don't know. I just think just memories. I really kind of directed my thoughts and towards hunting, because what I think is really nice with the hunting and fishing, whether we know it or not, it's our tradition. So it's dedicated time. So as we're getting older, it's harder and harder to find that time to hang out for each other, or make sure that we're
Yeah.
going to picnics and seeing each other. So trout opener. I'm more so looking forward to hang out with all the men in the family and just get everybody together. I'm looking forward to rifle, getting there the day before everything starts, and the storytelling. Like this one involves your dad, my pap, in the sense. I think it was a summer we were just hanging out, or it's archery middle of the day. There's not too much to do up at the cabin. There's no service. You need to fire the generator up, so we were just playing some games. But that old fly shooter that had a string to it, you cock it back and it shoots that, I don't know, a little bit bigger than $50. But
Little
we
fly
were shooting,
swatter, yeah.
I think we were doing some claybird shooting at like quarters that we were throwing up with my dad and Pap, and just both of them were just laughing so hard. And I think they both said they haven't laughed that hard in forever. And just for me, like I hadn't even seen Pap laugh that hard. So it was fun. We were playing like just different games, like throwing a quarter on a dollar bill. You got different points where it landed. So just making memories with that. There's plenty when it comes to hunting. When I first started, my very first deer. In times where I got nervous, and I either missed the deer or I handed my dad the gun. Like I can still see it today. Superman, grabs the gun from me, and that deer dropped. But yeah, definitely played a huge role in evolving me to the man I am today. And then also the outdoorsman and the fisherman that I am, just reflecting and passing down lessons learned.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. I think that anybody out there listening probably has stories like that. Because we all have our own journey and we have our own tale that to tell. But there's somebody that spoke into our lives, gave us the encouragement. Even when celebrated the successes with us, and look, we do it together. I know that as much as I'm grateful for people in my life, whether it be my dad or your dad, who's my older brother, teaching me some of the things that I know about learning how to read geography on the land, and, how to know where a deer trail goes, and, bedding areas, or good fishing spots, just the things to look for that are natural to us that most people, there are a lot of people out there who were never taught those things. It's just as rewarding when you're the one teaching someone else, or you have someone come back. I remember hunting with you a couple years ago when you were younger, and you were just saying about, we were talking about, I think you had shot a deer and we were gutting a deer, and you're like, man, I really appreciate you, showing me how to do this, where to put the knife slices and the cuts and stuff like that. And it's not much, right? We're just sharing the knowledge, but knowing that you're contributing to someone else's knowledge base and skill set is really rewarding,
Right. And my mind goes to in the sense of there's nothing better than making your dad proud. So, at the deer camp, when you have action, and then, you're grinning ear to ear because the lessons that he taught you, and you just know you've done everything right. And then also in the sense on the other end of that spectrum, when you fail, there's numerous times archery, I'm really young, deer comes by, and in my brain, even before I let go, I'm like, how proud am I to make dad? Like I really want to get this deer just so I can, make my dad proud. And then everything happens, and that arrow whizzed like 5 yards in front of it or something because I rushed a shot and everything fell apart. And I'm not just frustrated because I messed up. I'm just more so frustrated because of how much that would have meant to make my dad proud. But I come back and I would think that dad would be mad or upset or disappointed, but no, he just takes a step back and it's just a lesson learned and a teaching moment. Whether it's something like that or even some more things that are serious in life. Your father's there to mentor you and walk you through, as we said earlier, which is really rewarding, and just to have that bond with someone.
Yeah, they got a little bit more miles on the tires than we do. So from
What's
life
the saying?
experience,
Old bull and the young bull.
yeah, the old bull is not in a rush because he knows the end of the pasture. What he's going to find because he's been there and he's done that a time or two. One of the things that you had said about just spending time. You even said about getting older and finding time. Right, the memories that we make, whether it's at hunting camp or the first day of fishing season or, whenever we gather, as guys to hang out, it's that time spent is really, it's just as important as the harvest, probably more important than the harvest to many of us that really cherish that. And, so I'm thinking about how much like our dads have sacrificed to set us up for a good hunt or put us in a good spot. I know my dad's given up his hunting spot. I know your dad's given up his hunting spot, in hopes that we might have success when we were younger. And it's awesome when you see younger hunters have success, but as we get a little bit older, that certainly changes. They want their hunting spot back. So, it's their sacrifice in that, but they set us up to succeed in life. And, I know with my dad, I can remember I remember him giving me my first BB gun, teaching me how to shoot a gun, teaching me gun safety. This is something I didn't think about when I was trying to jot down some notes. But, my dad, when I went and took my hunter safety course, he sat down and took the course with me. Now, they didn't teach him a thing that he didn't already know, right? But he sat there and he went through it with me. And he made sure I got the education before I started hunting, as far as safety and regulations and things go. Like he did that. And that was a good time. That was a great weekend that we spent together. Like I talked about, I remember him getting me my first baseball mitt. That was actually, like a special thing for me. I remember him going out and getting me my first pair of wrestling shoes. My dad was the wrestling coach. He was always the baseball coach. He was involved. I remember Pap had an old gym bag. It was an old bag and it had his name sewed on it. And in the bag was this, he had his sweats, his shoes, and his whistle. So, I remember those things, those sort of things. And, he modeled for me, like, how to treat my wife and how to take care of the family and run the household. And so all those things get instilled into you. But funny story, because I'm the youngest in our family, I got a lot of hand-me-down stuff. Now, you're a younger brother too, so I don't know if you've experienced this, but I was thinking,
size too big. But now I'm getting a little bit older. I'm growing into it.
Always a size too big. So I remember, and I still probably have these pants laying around the house, and I wouldn't fit into them today. But your pap gave me a pair of blaze orange pants and a blaze orange jacket to wear. When I started rifle hunting. And I was just a puny little kid. And I remember, like, I had to have suspenders to hold those pants up. A belt wasn't going to do it. Big old baggy orange pants. They were all ripped up and everything from him walking through brush. And then the jacket. I remember one time I had these, I don't know, they were multiple doe running across an open field. And I threw the gun up. And I sent, the first shot out, but then I went to I was running a pump, 30-06 pump, and the jacket was so baggy that the sleeve got caught in the pump and I couldn't rack the next shell. I was like, man, I don't care how cold I am. I'm not wearing this jacket, you know? So it's just funny stuff like that, you know, but dad set us up with what, you know, the tools and the knowledge. So just a funny story about hunting and not successful hunts. That, you know, that was an example of a time where they got away. But I learned a lesson, you know, whenever I'm shooting with that at that age, you roll your sleeve up a little bit, you know, so learn how to use the gun, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and on the topic that you brought up earlier, in the sense of, you know, our father figures and our fathers, they set us up for success. You know, they make a lot of sacrifices, and as we age,
Right.
they want them back. You know, the story of my dad's tree stand, and then it was my tree stand, and then it's our tree stand, and now I'm constantly correcting him because he keeps saying, you know, my tree stand. I'm like, our tree stand. It's just like, hey man, what happened to that? And then I'm just sitting here thinking too about fishing. You know, when we're a kid, you know, it's all about having fun and, you know, maybe having a little bit of action. But, you know, you cast out and you catch a briar bush and, you know, your line breaks. You know, dad jumps in and ties your hooks and gets you reset up. Man, do I miss that? I wish I had those privileges back. I don't know
Yeah.
how age it was that lost that, but just having someone, you know, teach a man to fish or catch a man to fish. So, you know, after a few years, they, you know, taught us that skill, and now, you know, we're able to go out and survive if we need.
Yeah, that's it, man. So that's what it's about. You know, like I said, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to sit here and celebrate our dads. It's important. We want to try to get this out, you know, for Father's Day. But even if you're listening to this after Father's Day, it's never not a good day to go back and say thanks.
Yeah, agree 100%.
That's really what matters. That's what's most important. And, you know, I'm looking forward to many more hunts, many more fishing stories. And, you know, even now, you know, with my dad getting a little bit older, we love sitting down and just hearing the stories. You know, he's got stories about hunting and fishing, you know, before the land that we hunt was developed. You know, it looked different when he was younger. And, you know, so we like to sit down and get the tales. A couple of weeks ago, his brother, my uncle, came out and just to sit and to listen to those guys. You know, we had a family picnic, and, you know, my dad's younger brother, you know, telling stories about when they were kids, you know, and you always get more of the story, you know, when a sibling's involved.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's what it's about. We just, we want to salute our fathers, and, you know, hats off to them, man. We wouldn't be the men we were today. Like, I think you said it best. Wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for the character that was instilled into me by the men that have gone before us.
Yeah, and this can almost be the call to action, because when we're a few years younger, it's really easy to get the invite. But now that we're a little bit older, yeah, ask your dad, like, hey, let's do this. Let's go out and, you know, have some fun. You know, even if it's a no, like, don't let that deter you from, you know, trying to include your dad and, you know, spend a little bit more time with them.
Yeah. They're not around forever. And you want to make sure that you make those memories. So, yeah, all in all, we want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day. I'm not going to make this a long episode. Go spend it with your dad. Say thank you for something, and just have an appreciation for what they've instilled into you. So this is our salute to dads. Hat tip to all you out there. We appreciate you. Wouldn't be who we were today if it weren't for what you've done for us in our years growing up. So happy Tracks and Tackle. Father's Day to everybody. We salute you guys, and we want to just remember, anybody listening, enjoy the adventure, make the memories, and stay wild.